àsìkò ti tó ètò kan. Let's talk traditional wedding. Gbogbo lólùfẹ́ rẹ̀ ń retí rẹ̀ yeye. Let's talk traditional wedding. Ẹ̀bùn lóríṣiríṣi many gifts away. Let's talk traditional wedding. Kí lorúkọ ètò náà? Let's talk traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó ń kọ́ni lọ́gbọ́n. Let's talk traditional wedding. Ṣé ti gbọ́? Ètò Let's talk traditional wedding tó lọ lọ́wọ́. Kí lorúkọ ètò náà? Let's talk traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó ń kọ́ni lọ́gbọ́n. Let's talk traditional wedding. Every Tuesday on Instagram, every Tuesday on Facebook, 6 p.m. UK time, every Tuesday on Facebook. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fúnni lóye. Let's talk traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fúnni lóye. Let's talk
traditional wedding. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my people, amazing people out there. Ẹ̀yin tèmi, mo ní mo kára lé, mo kára òde, mo kọ́kùnrin, mo kóbìnrin, mo kọ́mọdé, mo kágbà. Mo ṣe bá kọ́dá ayé àtàṣẹ̀dá ọ̀run. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run ọba tó dá gbogbo yín àti tèmi sí. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò yìí, ètò wa, ètò yín, ètò kan náà tí gbogbo wa mọ̀ sí ètò ìgbéyàwó. Let's talk traditional wedding with Bùnmi the Royals. Àmọ́ kó tó di pé a tẹ̀síwájú ṣe pé yẹ ká fògo fọ́lọ́run ọba àná, ọba ẹ̀ní, ọba títí ayérayé àìnípẹ̀kun. Ẹlẹ́bùrú ìkẹ́, ọba tó tó ní ipa tó kọ̀ tí ò pani tó ṣe pé ṣe ló ń pani mọ́. A dúpẹ́ nítorí pé kíni tí kò bá sí ẹ̀yin kò lè sí àwa. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín fún gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n wù ẹ̀kẹ́ Bùnmi máa sọ lọ́sẹ̀ẹ̀sẹ̀. Olúwabùnmi lèmi jẹ́ aya òṣìbẹ̀rù. Tí gbogbo èèyàn mọ̀ pé sọ́mọ̀ sí Bùnmi the Royals, alága ìdúró, alága ìjókòó, MC, event planner, makeup artist, gèlè artist with godly swagger. Ẹni àkọ́kọ́ tó kọ́kọ́ wà lọ́sẹ̀ tó kọjá, àwọn ni arábìnrin Níkẹ́ Ilésànmí Ayádésànyà láti Dallas, Texas. Àwọn àkọ́kọ́ àwọn kí wa ni wọ́n gbóríyìn fún wa ní kò ṣe pé bí a pé àwọn pè wá láti dáhùn ìbéèrè ẹ ṣeun. Ẹn pé ẹ ti ẹ̀kọ́kọ́ pè wá ẹ ti jẹ ẹ̀bùn. Ẹni tó wá gba ìbéèrè tá béèrè tó súnmọ́ jù ìbéèrè tá béèrè lọ́sẹ̀ tó kọjá ni wípé ṣé Yorùbá máa ń ṣe ohun tí wọ́n ń pè ní bridal shower. Àwọn èèyàn ní Yorùbá kẹ̀ bridal shower kẹ̀ Yorùbá máa ń ṣe o. Ọ̀nà àrà ni wọ́n máa ń gbé tó láyé àtijọ́ odidi ọjọ́ méje gbáko òun ni Yorùbá fi máa ń ṣe bridal shower. Wọ́n máa ń pè ní àìsùn ìyàwó. Àsìkò yìí ní àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ ìyàwó máa wá sílé, wọ́n máa ṣeré, wọ́n máa ṣoríṣiríṣi, wọ́n máa kọrin, wọ́n máa dá ìyàwó lára yá. Àsìkò yìí ní ìyàwó máa sọ ẹkún ìyàwó láti fi dágbére fún gbogbo ẹbí àtàrà. Odidi ọjọ́ méje gbáko ni wọ́n fi máa ń ṣe ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ní ayé àtijọ́. Nítorí ìdí èyí Yorùbá náà máa ń ṣe bridal shower ṣùgbọ́n ọ̀nà àrà òun ni àgbé wọn gbà. Arábìnrin Abíọ́lá Akínlóye wọ́n gbìyànjú, wọ́n súnmọ́, wọ́n ní alẹ́ rẹbẹ, wọ́n ní alẹ́ oge, àmọ́ ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àìsùn ìyàwó ni wọ́n máa ń pè. Ó wá tún wá depend lórí ibi tí èèyàn bá wà. Níbi tí àwa ti wá àìsùn ìyàwó òun ni wọ́n máa ń pè ọjọ́ méje òun ni wọ́n fi máa ń ṣe. Ẹ ṣeun gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ń gbóríyìn fún wa. Ẹ ṣeun we like your gele, thank you so much. Ẹ ṣeun arábìnrin Wande wọn náà wọ́n ti share ètò yìí. Ẹ bá wa share ètò yìí. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. For those that have shared, ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ò bá ti share ẹ jẹ́ bá wa share. Àkòrí ètò tèmi kó tó di pé mo tẹ̀síwájú DJ mi kó tó di pé mo sọ ọ̀rọ̀.
Ìwọ oòrùn òwòlé ayé lọ sí ìpèsè, òwòlé ayé lọ sí àríwá. Òṣòrìṣà tó dàbí ìyá, abiyamọ abọ́jábọ̀
gbọ̀rọ̀gbọ̀rọ̀.
Kí ni bá jẹ́ kò jẹ́ gbàgbé.
Let's appreciate all our mothers, everybody. Opportunity to appreciate our mothers. Òrìṣà bí ìyá ò sí.
Òrìṣà bí
ìyá kò sí láyé.
Òrìṣà bí ìyá kò sí láyé. Kí ni bá jẹ́ kò jẹ́ gbàgbé. Ìyá mi mo fẹ́. Òrìṣà bí ìyá kò sí láyé. Òrìṣà bí ìyá kò sí láyé. Òrìṣà bí ìyá kò sí láyé. Kí ni bá jẹ́ kò jẹ́ gbàgbé.
Abiyamọ tó tọ́.
Ìyá mi mo fẹ́ rẹ̀. My mother, I love you.
I love you, mother. Hey. Thank you, my DJ. Ní nítorí àkókò ẹ ṣeun gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ń gbóríyìn fún wa tí wọ́n sì bá wa jó sí orin yìí gbogbo wa pátápátá tí a bá jábí amọ́ lágbára Ọlọ́run gbogbo wa la máa fẹ̀yìntì tá máa jẹ wọn mọ́ a ní mọ sàárè ọmọ àwọn òbí wa náà tí wọ́n sì wà láyé ní agbára Ọlọ́run wọn ò ní mọ sàárè wa kí ni àkórí ètò tèmi olórin yìí sọ lórí ṣàbí ìyá òsì tani fẹ́ jẹ́ ṣe bí màmá fún yàn láyé yìí ìdí èyí la fi wá gbé ètò yìí kalẹ̀ gbogbo wa la mọ̀ pé ìyà tí òbí jẹ lórí ọmọ pọ̀ kì í ṣe kékeré ó la fi ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ ara wa lénìí ìbéèrè àkọ́kọ́ tá máa sọ nípa ẹ̀ lénìí ni pé ṣé ó ṣe é ṣe rárá kí ìyá ọkọ àti ìyàwó ọmọ kí wọ́n jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí nǹkan tá máa rí láwùjọ orogún ló máa ń jẹ́ ìjà yìí máa ń pọ̀ jù kódà àwọn ọmọ mi àti ẹ̀ máa gbàdúrà pé káwọn tó délé ọkọ kí ìyá ọkọ àwọn ti kú ìyá tó jẹ́ ìyà lórí ọmọ ìbéèrè táwa béèrè lẹ́yìn ní wípé ṣó ṣe é ṣe ṣó tiẹ̀ jẹ́ ohun tó ṣe é ṣe rárá kí ìyá ọkọ àti ìyàwó ọmọ kí wọ́n jìjọ jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ àbí bá ṣe ń ṣe gbọ́n mi sí omi òtó yìí náà ni kò máa bá lọ èkejì ń bẹ ni wípé láyé òde òní àárẹ̀ àwọn ọmọkùnrin tó máa kúnlẹ̀ ní ó lè jẹ́ ìta gbangba ó lè jẹ́ shopping complex ó lè jẹ́ wákọ̀ kúnlẹ̀ wọn náà wọ́n ń propose ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ṣó bójúmu kí ọkùnrin kó máa kúnlẹ̀ láàrin gbogbo àwùjọ kó lóun fẹ́ fòrùka sí ìyàwó òun lọ́wọ́ òun fẹ́ propose ṣé nǹkan tó bójúmu ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ni ìkẹta ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ tá máa fi jẹ ìbùn ni wípé kí ni àwọn ohun tí Yorùbá máa fi ránṣẹ́ sí òbí ọmọbìnrin tí wọn ò bá ń lé tó bá di alẹ́ ọjọ́ ìgbéyàwó gẹ́gẹ́ bá ṣe ti ń sọ bọ̀ látijọ́ yìí ó dandan kí wọ́n bá ọmọbìnrin lé láyé àtijọ́ àmọ́ tí wọn ò bá ọmọbìnrin lé ó ní àrokò tó máa ń pa ránṣẹ́ sí àwọn òbí ẹ̀ kí ni àwọn àrokò wọ̀nyí kí làwọn kan tó máa fi ránṣẹ́ sáwọn òbí láti sọ pé ọmọ yín o àbá ń lé o 07828500938 òun ni ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ máa pè wá sí please remember to call us on 07828500938 +44 òun lẹ́yìn máa fi kún tó bá jẹ́ pókèrè lẹ tí ń pè wá ẹ má gbàgbé láti pè wá sórí ètò yìí we want to hear your opinion gẹ́gẹ́ bá ṣe máa ń sọ pé lórí ètò yìí àgbétò yìí kalẹ̀ láti sọ pé àwa la mọ̀ ṣe jà àwa la gbọ́n jù àgbé ètò yìí kalẹ̀ láti máa fi kọ́ra wa lọ́gbọ́n ni láti máa fi lára wa lóye àti láti máa fi gbé àṣà àti ìṣe Yorùbá lárugẹ ẹ já gbé ìpè àkọ́kọ́ tó kọ́kọ́ wọlé hello ẹ kúrọ̀lẹ́ o. ẹ kúrọ̀lẹ́ máa ẹ kúrọ̀lẹ́ máa ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò yìí ẹ káàbọ̀ ẹ ṣeun mà ẹ jọ̀ọ́ mà ta ló ń pè wá ń bọlẹ tí ń pè wá mà.
orúkọ tèmi ni àríyá Suzy.
àríyá Suzy tíá ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò yìí mà ẹ ṣeun ẹ kú gbà gbogbo. ó ga jù mo ní ń jọ yín ni o.
You are looking really good.
Thank you so much ma thank you ma àmì Ọlọ́run àmì Èdùmàrè àmì ẹ ṣé ma ẹ ṣeun ma.
gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìbéèrè tẹ béèrè.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ma.
nípa ìyàwó àti ìyá ọkọ.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
lóòótọ́ ó pín sí oríṣiríṣi ọ̀nà. ṣùgbọ́n ohun tó yẹ àti ohun tó tọ́ ni kí ìyàwó àti ìyá ọkọ kí wọ́n nífẹ̀ẹ́ ara wọn ó dẹ̀ ṣeé ṣe. ìdí tí mo sọ wípé ó pín sí ọ̀nà méjì ni wípé ṣe mọ̀ wípé Yorùbá máa ń pòwe kan wá ní mo ti gbàgbé òun ṣùgbọ́n èèyàn mọ̀ wá wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ wá wù láàrin ara wọn ni. torí ká má parọ́
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni
èmi náà bí ọmọkùnrin bí ìyá ọkọ gbà mí
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni
wọn ìyá ọkọ mi wà ní ìwà tí wọn bá mọ àyè wọn gbà mí ṣe mọ̀ ó lè fa òkè ìrúdò láàrin ìyàwó àti ìyá ọkọ. Tí ìyàwó náà bá dé mọ ìwà
bẹ́ẹ̀ni
ó lè fa wàhálà láàrin ọkọ rẹ̀ ìyá ọkọ àti òun náà.
ẹ ṣe mà.
ohun tó tọ́ ohun tó yẹ ni pé kí ìyá ọkọ àti ìyàwó ọmọ
kọjọ wà ní ìrẹ́pọ̀ ẹ ṣe mà. ó dáa ẹ bá wa mú béèrè kejì mà ṣó lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ káwọn èèyàn máa kúnlẹ̀ àwọn ọkùnrin wa kó máa kúnlẹ̀ ń gbòòrò pé I want to propose to màwá ṣé nǹkan tó lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ni kí lẹ̀yin lérò.
tá a bá ní ká wò ó ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mà
kì í ṣe àṣà wa kì í ṣe àṣà wa rárá ṣùgbọ́n ọ̀làjú òun ló fà á tó fi di wípé àwọn ọmọkùnrin ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. èmi ò ní sọ wípé ó dára mi ìdẹ́nu kò dára ìdí ni wípé bí ayé bá ṣe yí gbà míì
la máa bá wọn yí.
ṣùgbọ́n kì í ṣe àṣà wa.
ó dà ẹ ẹ ṣeun mà. Ó dà, kí ni nǹkan tí Yorùbá máa fi ránṣẹ́ sí àwọn òbí ọmọ tí wọ́n bá gbé dé ilé ọkọ tí wọ́n rí pé eléyìí ìyá àbálé o? Kí ni nǹkan tí àwọn nǹkan máa ń pàrokò, máa ń fi àwọn kankan pàrokò sí àwọn òbí irú ọmọ bẹ́ẹ̀? Kí làwọn nǹkan náà mà?
Alága ìjọ èmi máa sáré lọ béèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn màlẹ́kà
ṣé pé àwọn màlẹ́kà lẹ máa lọ béèrè yẹn lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀? Ó dà, ẹ ṣeun mà, ẹ ṣe gidi gan ni, ẹ ṣe mà, ẹ ṣe gan ni mà. Arábìnrin Àríyá Suzy all the way from Milton Keynes, we appreciate you. Gbogbo èèyàn ló ń gbóríyìn fún yín lórí ètò yìí tí wọ́n ń kí yín. Ẹ ṣeun, God bless you ma, thank you for calling, we appreciate you ma. Ó dà, ojú òpó ti ṣí ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa. Ohun tá à ń sọ lénìí òun ni wípé àkọ́kọ́, ṣé dandan ni kó jẹ́ gbogbo ìgbà ìyá ọkọ àti ìyàwó ọmọ? Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ òbí míì wọ́n á máa da ìyàwó ọmọ wọn láàmú, wọn ní jẹ́ kán gbádùn. Hello, ẹ kúrọ̀lẹ́ o.
Ẹ kúrọ̀lẹ́ o.
Alága
tó sexy.
Ó ga jù. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò yìí. Ẹ jẹ́ kí lórúkọ yín? Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò yìí.
Thank you, madam.
Ẹ kú gbogbo ìgbà.
Looking radiant. God will continue to beautify you. And your empire.
Amen. Thank you so much.
Ẹ ṣeun. One of the ones that we've been looking for again. Another outstanding, wonderful week.
Thank you so much.
Little contribution tèmi náà ni pé nǹkan tí àwọn òbí tèmi máa ń sọ fún mi ni pé kọ́lọ̀ ń jẹ́ kí ìyá ọkọ tó máa dàbí ìyá mi. Kọ́lọ́run ṣe fún wa, mo dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run kọ́lọ́run ṣe. Kò sí nǹkan tó sọ pé kí ìrẹ́pọ̀ mọ́ wà láàrin ìyá ọkọ àti ìyàwó. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí mọ́mìtọ́ kọ́kọ́ sọ̀rọ̀ ṣe sọ lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ ká mọ̀ wá wò kí a dẹ̀ especially àwa ìyàwó ká dẹ̀ ní ìtẹríba fún àwọn ìyá ọkọ wa àti bàbá ọkọ wa ní nǹkan tí ó dára jù. Kò sí nǹkan tó ní pé kí ìyàwó kó má jẹ́
ọ̀rẹ́.
Dóòlà ayé ti di ayé ọ̀làjú, oríṣiríṣi nǹkan là ń gbọ́, oríṣiríṣi nǹkan làwọn ọmọdé ìsìn yìí tá à ń sọ. Ṣùgbọ́n mo feel pé a lot of change tó máa make àwọn ọmọbìnrin ní ìsọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Àwọn ọmọ ní ìpín wọn bá kọ́ dáadáa tó wọn lè gbé kọ́ lè ní fífọ́ máa sọ pé mi ìfẹ́ báyìí ọkọ mi lè ṣe ní.
Òun náà dẹ̀ fẹ́ bímọ ọkùnrin o.
Báwo ni o ṣe fẹ́ rí ọkọ gidi?
Òun náà dẹ̀ bímọ ọkùnrin o.
And then the second one is pé ṣé ó yẹ ọkùnrin máa dọ̀bálẹ̀ àbí nǹkan?
No, kọ́ máa kúnlẹ̀ láàrin ìgboro pé wọ́n propose. You know how they kneel down to propose? Ṣé àṣà tó bójú mu nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ni?
Preference oníkálukú yàtọ̀. Torí àwọn obìnrin ní ilé sọ pé mo fẹ́ kí gbogbo ayé mọ̀ because I've done all the necessities táwọn òbí mi expect mo dẹ̀ nǹkan òbí mi tó bá lè propose mi sí mi ní gbogbo ní káwọn àgbáyé mọ̀ kọ́ gbé sórí Instagram kọ́ kúlẹ̀ kan ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀. Ẹlòmíì dẹ̀ lè jẹ́ ipò kẹ́lẹ́ ní ká ṣe ni everyone's preference is different. So tí ó bá sí òbó tó ń kálukú why not ó kúnlẹ̀ oríṣi ìdálù là ń ṣe
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ìdálù ní ìṣèlú bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Láyé ìsìn yóò dà kó ti common a lot, especially in modernized Western countries. Mi ò lè really sọ pé ṣé nǹkan tó dáa
bí kò dáa. Ẹ ṣeun.
Ó depend lórí personal preferences láàrin couples, I think.
Ẹ ṣeun. Ó dáa, ìbéèrè kẹta ni pé kí ni nǹkan tí wọ́n máa fi ń pàrokò ránṣẹ́ sí àwọn òbí ọmọ ní ayé ọjọ́ ọ̀hún tí wọ́n bá gbéyàwó délé tí wọ́n bá báyàwó lé? Kí ni àwọn nǹkan tó máa fi ń pàrokò láti fi sọ fáwọn òbí pé
mo rántí pé ìgbà táwọn kékeré wa wo fíìmù kan tó ti pẹ́ nígbà yẹn. So ọdún tí tọ́ba bá obìnrin nílé wọn máa mú aṣọ white tó lẹ́jẹ̀, wọ́n máa kówó obì kan pọ̀, wọ́n máa gbé lù ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n nínú fíìmù yẹn ó dà pé wọ́n mú aṣọ white yẹn wọ́n dẹ̀ gbé lọ wọ́n pè ní ajáde àpẹẹrẹ àbí nǹkan. So mi really mọ the right question ìgbà tó jẹ́ àròkọ other than kó máa mú aṣọ yẹn lọ sí aṣọ fún yẹn pé nǹkan táwọn rí ni ó wà ní sí o.
Thank you so much, Arábìnrin Abíọ́lá Yakiloye. Thank you, ẹ kú gbogbo ìgbà. God bless you. Ẹ ṣé àdúpẹ́ o. Thank you so much. Ẹ jẹ́ àtúgbé pè mí. Thank you. Ẹ kúrọ̀lẹ́ o. Ẹ kúrọ̀lẹ́, káàbọ̀ sórí ètò yìí. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò yìí. Ẹ ṣeun. ó ga jù
eléyìí náà ń pè ní ìyàwó ọ̀sìn jẹ́.
ó ga ẹjọ́ ta ló ń pè wá bólẹ̀ tí ń pè wá mà.
Orúkọ mi ni Ìrètí Ọlá Ọ̀nàsànyà.
Arábìnrin Ìrètí Ọlá Ọ̀nàsànyà láti ìròyìn ayọ̀ event láti bólẹ̀ tí ń pè wá yìí.
Ẹ kú ètò. Mo ń pè ní láti Nàìjíríà.
Ẹ ṣeun mà, ẹ ṣe ẹ kú gbogbo gbà. Ẹ bá wa dá sétò yìí mà. Yes ma.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, mo ti gbọ́ àwọn ìbéèrè yẹn. Ìbéèrè àkọ́kọ́ yẹn kò lè dùn lẹ́nu mi nítorí pé èmi pẹ̀lú àwọn tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n wà fortunate láti rí ìyá ọkọ dáadáa. Mo tẹ̀lé fi gbangba, mo lè fi tẹnutẹnu sọ láì mọye ìgbà wípé ìyá ọkọ tèmi. Ìṣe ni ìyá ọkọ mi tún ní ìwà bí màmá mi ṣe níwà tó. Ìṣe ni ìyá ọkọ mi tún ní ìwà ju ìyá mi lọ.
You are blessed.
Ní àìmọye ìgbà. Ṣùgbọ́n bó ṣe rí láyé ìsìn àti láyé táwa náà ti wà at least for 7 years of age àti rí wípé so many things ló ti ṣẹlẹ̀. A máa rí ìyàwó tí ò láì ìyá ọkọ ìní ìfẹ́ máa gbàdúrà fún òun nígbà fúnlé. Ṣùgbọ́n kò yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n àdúrà tá à ń gbà ní wípé kọ́lọ́run jọ àwọn ọmọ wa ọkùnrin ọ̀rẹ́ wa ni kí wọ́n fẹ́. Àwọn ọmọ wa obìnrin Ọlọ́run á jẹ́ kó mú ọkọ rere wá sí ilé. Ọkọ tó máa nífẹ̀ẹ́ wa. Àti àwọn ọmọ wa tó jẹ́ pé nígbà tó bá máa fẹ́ ìyàwó tó máa ṣe wá ní ọmọ òun ni. Ìyá ọkọ mi dẹ̀ máa ń advice nígbà yẹn wá ní orúkọ Jésù ìgbéyàwó yìí ò ní túká. Mo lè dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run tó bá 25 years Ọlọ́run bẹ̀ ṣì ń gbé ìdílé yẹn dúró. Àìgbà ọjọ́ kan rí advice upon advice. Òun yẹ tọ́pọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ò lè dùn lẹ́nu.
Ẹ ṣeun arábìnrin. Ó láti jẹ́ pé yín náà ṣọmọ dáadáa sí wọn ni. Bọ́lá láti jẹ́ pé yín náà ṣọmọ dáadáa.
Òun ni àṣà wípé kí ọkùnrin máa kúnlẹ̀ sí obìnrin náà ti ń kúnlẹ̀ sí i.
Ló bá tán.
Àṣà yẹn ṣe ti Yorùbá. Ṣùgbọ́n bí ayé bá yí sí ibẹ̀ la máa yí sí ni. So ibi táyé kọjú sí ibẹ̀ là ń kọjú sí. Àdúrà fún gbogbo àwọn ọmọ wa náà ti jẹ́ pé wọ́n ríra wọn lókèrè àbí wọ́n ríra wọn nítòsí tí wọ́n ń propose tẹ́ra wọn. Ìpè lórúkọ Jésù ìgbésẹ̀ wọn kò ní bí ara yé nínú. Ọlọ́run àṣẹ wọn ní ọ̀rẹ́ títí ìkọjá ni kì í ṣe àṣà wa ṣùgbọ́n a ti gbà gẹ́gẹ́ bí àṣà wa aṣọ ìgbà.
Ẹ ṣeun.
Ìkẹta òun ni pé ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ní ìgbà yẹn tí wọn bá bá ọmọbìnrin nílé ìbànújẹ́ ńlá ni fún àwọn ẹbí obìnrin yẹn nítorí pé gbogbo nǹkan tí ó yẹ kí wọ́n dá padà sí ilé àwọn obìnrin yẹn ní òdìdí bóyá wọ́n fẹ́ gbé ẹmu lọ tó máa jẹ́ lódìdí bóyá wọ́n fẹ́ gbé igbá lọ tó máa jẹ́ lódìdí gbogbo ẹ̀ pápátá ààbọ̀ òun ni wọ́n máa gbé lọ. tó nígbà ní ìṣe ló yẹ kó tó kọ orin padà sí ìdílé àwọn ìyàwó yẹn ṣùgbọ́n nígbà tí àwọn ẹ̀fọ́ ó yẹ kí lùdú kan wá jó wọlé tó bá ti rí wípé ìlú òdùn gbogbo nǹkan tí wọ́n ń gbé bọ̀ bóyá iṣu ní iṣẹ́ náà máa gé sí méjì.
Olúwa o ok ẹ ṣeun àmín ẹ ṣeun arábìnrin Ìrètí Ọlá Ọ̀nàsànyà aláṣẹ iléeṣẹ́ ìròyìn ayọ̀ event láti Nàìjíríà ẹ ṣé kú gbogbo ìgbà. Thank you so much, we really appreciate you ma, thank you for calling. God bless you. Ẹ ṣeun. Àmín. Ọlọ́run àmín. Ẹ ṣeun mà. Bye. Ọ̀rọ̀ la ti ń gbọ́ látẹ̀kọ́ ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa. Wọ́n ní kì í ṣe nǹkan tí kò bójúmu. Ó dáa kí ìyá ọkọ àti ìyàwó ọmọ kí wọ́n jọ wà ní ìrẹ́pọ̀. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìgbà àwọn ọmọbìnrin mi á máa gbàdúrà. Wọ́n á máa ní pé I want my mother-in-law to die before I marry. What about when you now have boys and it's time for them to marry? Wọ́n náwó àwọn méjèèjì ló kù sí. Ojú òpó ṣìṣì fún ìṣẹ́jú kan sí ìkejì 07828500938 ni ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ máa pè wá sí. Ṣó dáa kí ìyá ọkọ àti ìyàwó ọmọ kí wọ́n wà ní ìrẹ́pọ̀. Bó ṣe wà lọ́tún náà ló wà lósì gẹ́gẹ́ bí nǹkan táwọn èèyàn wa ti ń sọ látẹ̀kan. Ẹlòmíì ní ìyàwó mi ló dáa. Ẹlòmíì ní ìyá ọkọ gangan ló ní ìṣòro. Táwa gangan ló máa ń fà á tí ó bá jẹ́ wípé ìrẹ́pọ̀ ò sí láàrin ìyá ọkọ àti ìyàwó ọmọ. Ṣé ìyàwó ló ń fà ni? Ṣé ìyá ọkọ ló ń fà ni? Àwọn nǹkan tá à ń gbéyàwó lé nílé ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ pè wá wọlé 07828500938 kó tó di pé mo gbé àlejò mi wọlé láìpẹ́ yìí mo máa gbé àlejò mi wọlé. Also a tún sọ nípa pé káwọn ọmọ wa máa kúnlẹ̀ lójú títì kó máa múrùka síra wọn lọ́wọ́. Ẹlòmíì nígbà tó bá kúnlẹ̀ lójú títì tí obìnrin bá ní rárá àwọn ò ṣe o á wà depressed. Èmi á lọ bẹ́ẹ̀lú odò ṣáṣà wa ní ṣó bójú mu. Ẹ bá wa dá sí mo rí gbogbo nǹkan táwọn èèyàn ń kọ sójú òpó ẹ ṣeun gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ń gbóríyìn fún wa gèlè mi ga ju tiẹ̀ lọ. Àwọn èèyàn ní gèlè wa yìí sáńbà díẹ̀ ó dáa jù. Àtúnika ṣe lọ́nà àrà lẹ́ni ní ká tún fi celebrate pé ìlú wa bó ṣe jẹ́ pé ó tiẹ̀ ṣe bí ẹni fẹ́ kù díẹ̀ káàtó tó àwa náà máa tó pé 60 ẹni tó bá jẹ́ ìlú mi ní Nàìjíríà ni á ti parun ṣùgbọ́n ká dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run pé Ọlọ́run bá wa dá orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà sí. Tí bá dúró fún ìṣẹ́jú kan sí ìkejì tí mi ò bá rí kéèyàn pè wọlé màá tètè gbé àlejò mi wọlé torí pé kí ni àlejò méjì ni mo gbé wọlé bọ̀ lénìí. Mo fẹ́ gbé ìyá ọkọ àti ìyàwó òun là ń gbé bọ̀ lénìí kó wọ́n bá wa tàn mọ́lẹ̀ sí ohun tí à ń sọ látẹ̀kan. Gbogbo èèyàn tí wọ́n ti pè wá wọlé ẹ ṣeun adúpẹ́ ojú òpó ṣìṣì sílẹ̀ 07828500938. If I don't have any more calls, I will bring in my guest because ó máa da ká tètè gbé àlejò wa ká tètè gbé wọn wọlé. Please, if you're on Facebook, please you can switch to Instagram because my guest is going to be ẹja sáré dáhùn béèrè ẹja sáré dálejò yìí lóhùn kó tó di pé mo gbé ẹja sáré dání lóhùn. Hello. Ẹ kúrọ̀lẹ́ o.
Ẹ kúrọ̀lẹ́ mà.
Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò yìí o.
A fẹ́ dá sí ètò yìí ni.
Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ta ló ń pè wá bolẹ̀ tí ń pè wá. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ kí lorúkọ yín. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ kí lorúkọ yín bolẹ̀ tí ń pè wá.
Ọládàpọ̀ Awótúndé ló kàn wá ń pè láti Kẹ́yìn.
Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò yìí. Ẹ jẹ́ bá wa dá sí.
Nípa ìyá ọkọ.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Àwọn ìyá ọkọ kan wà, àwọn ìyá ọkọ kan bí ìyá ọkọ bọ́ǹfìtà ni wọ́n. Tàbádé ń sọ̀rọ̀ ìyá ọkọ aláti sọ ìyá ìyàwó náà sọ. Bó ṣe lọ fún ìyá ìyàwó náà ló ṣe lọ sí ọkọ náà. So ó depend bí ọkọ bá ṣe handle ìyẹ́ ló matter jù. So sometimes ọkọ máa protect ìyàwó ẹ̀ to the extent that pé ìyá ọkọ ò ní lè ṣe much láti destroy the marriage and ìyá ìyàwó náà kò ní lè ṣe much.
Ẹ ṣeun. Àwọn ọmọ kan kí wa ń bẹ̀ yẹn o. Ẹ ṣe gan-an ni arábìnrin Ọládàpọ̀ Awótúndé. Ẹ ṣeun ma, thanks for calling. Ẹ ṣeun. Òun la tún ti gbọ́ yìí o. Wọ́n náà tún wà láàrin, ó tún wà lọ́wọ́ ọkọ. Tí àárín ìyá ọkọ àbí ìyá ìyàwó àti ìyàwó ọmọ wọn bá máa gún régé, wọ́n náà tún wà lọ́wọ́ ọkọ. That was a very very meaningful contribution. Ìgbà míì bí ọkọ ìyàwó bá ṣe ṣe àárín yẹn, òun ló máa ń fà á tí ó fi máa dàbí pé kí ni ẹ jẹ́ ń gbẹ́lẹ̀. Mama yìí nífẹ̀ẹ́ mi lọ́kàn ló pọ̀ sí oṣù mẹ́ta ó pọ̀ sí oṣù mẹ́ta mọ́mí mi o mọ́mí mi o mọ́mí mi o I'll be there for you I will love you forever mọ́mí mi o mọ́mí mi o mọ́mí mi o mọ́mí mi o I'll be waiting for you I'll love you forever mọ́mí mi o mọ́mí mi o mọ́mí mi o mọ́mí mi o I'll be there for you I will love you forever mọ́mí mi o mọ́mí mi o mọ́mí mi o mọ́mí mi o I'll be waiting for you I will love you forever. Hey, oh my God, not dancing. What's going on? I need to dance. Hey, mama yìí onífẹ̀ẹ́ mi lọ́kàn ọ̀pọ̀ àmì fọ́ṣù mẹ́ta ọ̀pọ̀ àmì fọ́ṣù mẹ́ta ọmọ kí ló fẹ́ rà àwùbá yóò fẹ́ dátì mama kí ló fẹ́ rà àwùbá yóò fẹ́ rárì mama ṣe ló fẹ́ àwùbá yóò fọ́ yóò àwùbá yóò fọ́ yóò mọ́mí mi o mọ́mí mi o mọ́mí mi o mọ́mí mi o. Thank you, my DJ. Satola, that's on behalf of your son. You know, if you have children, we know what it means. I said, Mama, what exactly do you want? Anything at all. I've just sang that for the behalf of your children because every mother will sow so much seed. And I pray that Lord will spare our lives in good health to reap the good fruit of our labor in Jesus' name. Amen. Welcome to the show. Look at my guest looking posh and radiant. Hey, people are saying welcome to the show. People are appreciating you so much.
Hello, everybody.
God bless you.
Just say
all right.
Hey.
Please bear with her. I will try as much as possible to interpret. People, can you hear her? Can you hear my guest, everybody? Please let me know if you can hear her. Kindly tell me yes if you can hear her. People are saying you're welcome. All right. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò yìí, àníkẹ́ má sọ òyìnbó ṣùgbọ́n àwọn máa fi Yorùbá béèrè lọ́wọ́ yín lẹ́ẹ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan, á dẹ̀ máa sọ lóyìnbó náà. Ẹ jẹ́ bá wa introduce ara yín sáwọn èèyàn wa.
My name is Tola Onigbanjo. My son is listening, so I hope he heard that song. Anything I want, I'll be giving him a list after. But thank you for having me. And you look lovely for me.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Sister Tola. Thank you so much. This is Sister Tola Onigbanjo. Ní bọ́pọ̀ lọlé lóró. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwa náà ṣe mọ̀ bá ṣe gbé wá sẹ́lẹ̀ lè máa wò wọ́n kẹ́wọ́n pé she look that this is the youngest glamour you can see around. To the glory of God. So I'll bring her in for just a few minutes before I bring her daughter-in-law in. Mi ìbá ti gbé wọn pọ̀ sójú kan náà bọ̀ nítorí pé ọ̀nà jìn síra wọn ni. So nítorí ẹ̀ pápápá láì bọ́pọ̀ lọlé lóró ẹ jẹ́ ká sáré lọ sí nǹkan náà torí ẹ̀ pè wọ́n wálé ni. Sister Tola, we've been talking about mothers-in-law and daughters-in-law. You know, as the tradition is, so to speak, it's almost become a tradition that there's always a kind of wàhálà ìjọ̀gbọ̀n ìyá ọkọ mi máa ń ọmọ burúkú wo leléyìí ò lè gbé ọmọ mi lọ́wọ́ mi. Ọmọ kan máa ní pé màmá wo nìyẹn kó ti kú kí n tó délé jọ, who cares and all of that. What is your own take on this? What do you think? What's your experience? Did you have any experience when you were growing up, maybe from your own, you know, or something? Just tell us or your overview about this issue.
Well, from experiences that I've seen, I've seen some experiences where you can have, let's say you have a mother has 3 sons and all the sons are married. You can see which of the wives that the mother-in-law favors. You know, she will favor one and maybe not favor the other 2. And sometimes it's clear to see the children see it as well. And for me, when you hear the excuses, as far as I'm concerned, that's what they are, excuses. They're not valid. And I think a lot of the times we're the ones that can make the problems. If we want to make the problems, we can actually make the problems. It's not that they have to be there. And like I was saying before, that, you know, one thing that I've noticed a lot of our sons are not marrying Nigerian girls. They're not marrying from our own country. A lot of them are marrying people they meet.
I was going to get there.
Different countries, yes.
Yeah, I was going to get there. Oh wow! Because I mean, I didn't even look at it from the point you just said now. That even sometimes mothers-in-laws that have more than one sons, they favor one daughter-in-law than the other. That's going to be a topic for another day, because there must be reasons for that. Whatever they do that for, I want to call you. Wípé nígbà míì pàápàá kì í ṣe pé bí a pé ìyá yẹn máa ń kórìíra ìyàwó ọmọ míì ju ìyàwó ọmọ lásán, wọ́n tún máa ń fẹ́ràn ìyàwó ọmọ míì jura wọn lọ, àmọ́ ọjọ́ mi là máa sọ nípa ilé. Ọ̀dà, when your son told you, Mom, I'm bringing in my girlfriend or my fiancé or something, what was your first reaction, or should I say, what were your expectations? As in, yay, mother-in-law, daughter-in-law. What was your expectations? What was your reaction? You know.
Well, to be honest, he's the oldest. He's the oldest of all my children, and he's very responsible. So I know that the choice he was going to make would be a responsible choice. You know, I trust him with the choice because obviously, because of the way that he is, you know, he's the example that the others are following. You know, the others look up to. So he's done basically everything that a mother could ask for, you know, without me having to say, you know, you need to do this, you need to go to school, you need to go to uni, you need to do this, you need to, he's done everything. And so when he came, I knew that obviously he would make a sensible
Very good. Thank you so much. I think that's something that we need to also let know. Oh, no, what is so ye? Nígbà tí ọmọ yín sọ fún òun mú ìyàwó bọ̀ lé, kí lẹ ti rò, ṣé ẹ ti máa rò pé yé wọ́n dé o, wọ́n ti fẹ́ wá gbọ́ ọmọ mi lọ́wọ́ mi o, kí ni nǹkan tẹ́ lérò, àbí kẹ́ pé irú obìnrin wo ló fẹ́ lọ mú wá kẹ̀, torí ẹlòmíì ò tiẹ̀ tí ì rí ìyàwó ọmọ ẹ̀ rárá, ó ti gbáradì pé kí ẹ̀mẹ́ wàá bá mi ń bí. But she said something very valid, wípé ọmọ tí àwọn bí àwọn jẹ́rìí ẹ̀, wípé ọmọ tó lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ni ọmọ táwọn kọ́ tó kọ́ ni, àwọn dẹ̀ mọ̀ wípé obìnrin tó bá máa mú wálé náà, she said the son was very responsible, so he trusted his choice. That's another thing that mothers need to know. if your son brings up a bride or whatever, and you call him a judge, all right. Obviously, when you have it, when you have a son, you know that definitely one day it's going to bring. Was there any preparation towards that? Were you preparing that in any way, whether positive or negative? Was there any preparation towards when I'm going to meet my daughter-in-law, or should I say my daughters-in-law?
Not necessarily, because when he met her at uni. They met at university, so obviously he wasn't at home at the time. But then he did tell me that he's met somebody. So obviously the next thing was obviously for us to now meet her, for him to bring her home, for us to meet her as well. So then we had that initial meeting as well.
Okay, so there was really no preparation, not really. You knew it was going to happen one day anyway.
Yes.
So it comes natural, which is great. All right. Sister Tola, you did mention earlier that your daughter-in-law is not from Nigeria.
No.
Hey, so how Barbados? Yay! How did you handle that bit? How did you handle that bit?
Well, you know what? To be fair, you know, like I said, a lot of the young people nowadays are marrying people that they're marrying partners that they're becoming best friends with. And it's not necessarily Nigerian. I mean, my second son, he's not married, but he's dated girls, but he will tell you he's never dated a Nigerian. And when I say to him why, he'll say no reason. There's no reason, but the girls that he's drawn to are usually Caribbean girls. So he's never dated a Nigerian.
Wow. So, and that has never been a problem. But Nigeria, wow. So no. Even at that, you don't have any problem with that?
No, I don't have any problem with that. I don't have it. Wow. I mean, a lot of my nieces and nephews, for my brothers, none of their partners are Nigerian.
Well, anyway, you could pass for a Jamaican yourself anyway, so maybe that is why. Hey, you know what? Or letting go latte Arábìnrin Tọ́lá aya Onígbànjo ló wà lórí ètò yìí. Ó náà ti sọ fún wa yìí. Àwọn ọmọkùnrin tí wọ́n ní tó ti fẹ́ ìyàwó. How long ago have they been married?
It will be, I believe it will be 4 years this year.
Wow. And they've got children together.
Well, they did their traditional on the 1st of October, so yeah.
Wow, you see? So people, despite the fact that Nigeria, she said she didn't have any problem with that. So how did you guys work out the issue of jealousy? Because one of the reasons that people have problem with their daughters-in-law. For instance, I love my son-in-law. We all know that boys are usually mommy's boys. Girls are usually, daddy's girls. I'm so much in love with my son. We are so close, and then definitely the attention will definitely be divided. In fact, not equally, maybe like 80-20. How did you handle that? So how did you handle that?
Well, I kind of based it on my own experience, because obviously I'm married, and when I got married, I realized obviously things had to change. So a lot of the time that I would spend talking to friends, family members and things like that, I now had to pay attention to my husband, because now I'm married, and that kind of thing. So once my son got married, it was, I now knew that, right, now he's starting his own family. I have to respect that. So whatever he decides, because before then, obviously every Christmas is spent with me. So all my siblings, they come down and spend Christmas with me. My nieces, my nephews, all the kids and everything. Now that he's married, so now I leave it to him. If he's going to say, okay, we'll do Christmas with you and then New Year with his mother-in-law, or if he's going to do New Year with us and Christmas with the mother-in-law, I leave it to decide that, because now he has his own family. He has to make those choices, and I have to respect that. But we still talk almost every day.
All the time. So you're not the type that say, oh, no, share Christmas, Lord, yeah, oh, I share Christmas, Lord, me. Anyway, those are the little things that cause problem. Anyway, I want to in Larry, but because of time, because I want to bring in your daughter-in-law very quickly, so that she'll have time to tell us her own part of the story as well, our own side of the story. Because I just wanted to ask you, with with everything you've been saying and everything, I know that you really gave her, like, she's quite free with you and all of that. So how do you maintain boundaries? Because I know if you're free with someone and because she's free with you and you're also free. So do you just pick up the phone and say, my daughter doesn't mind anyway? You just call your son anytime. Hello, come here, come and drive me to Deptford Market. You know, all those kind of things. How do you guys maintain boundaries? How do you guys maintain boundaries? Because I know that's another thing that causes problem for Nigerian mothers. They will just say, hello, people over, morning party. So how do you guys maintain boundaries? I know she's quite free with you and you're quite free with her. So boundaries and mutual respect, how do you guys go about it?
Well, the thing is, I definitely wouldn't do that kind of thing anyway. Ask him to come and take me anyway. But I think because she understands the relationship that we have, and she's always understood that we've been very close. So I think if I was going to do something like that, she knows that he would do it if it is within reason. If he knows it's a reasonable request, she will trust him to let him do that. But definitely it has to be a reasonable request. But I wouldn't do something like that anyway, because those are the kind of things that I probably could do if he was still single. Now that he's married, I respect that.
You have to understand that.
But I still respect that he's a married man. He's an adult now, and he has his family.
I think that's where a lot of people get it wrong. They forget that this person is no longer single, and this person now has a lot of respect. I wish we had more time, Statola. Somebody just put on the screen as well. The person was saying, sometimes parents just pop in. Parents just pop in. They just pop into their children's homes unannounced. They just carry bags, suitcase, everything. I have come to spend the next 1 month in your house. So someone was just talking about that. If something like that, I know something like that wouldn't happen, from somebody like you. But if you have to pop into your son's house, do you take permission? Do you let them know? Do you inform them beforehand?
I definitely would, because preparation goes into it. Like when they say they're coming to me for the weekend with the grandkids, they have to obviously let me know in advance. And then there's preparation that takes place. There's stuff that I want to get for the grandkids. I want to make sure the foods that they like, I have everything here. I've done it. So I would like to be able to do the same as well with them, unless it's an emergency, and I don't have anywhere to go. I'm homeless and I have to pop up unannounced. I would definitely tell them, give them notice, because yes, it's my son, but my son has a wife, and the respect should be there for her as well. I'm not going to say because I'm the mother-in-law now, you just go into their house anyhow. No, respect goes both ways. So what I wouldn't want them to do to me, I wouldn't do to them.
You would not do to them. Ọ̀rọ̀ lẹ tí ń gbọ́ yẹ èèyàn wa àsìkò gbà wá láyè torí mo fẹ́ gbé ìyàwó ọmọ náà wọlé, because we want to hear from a wife's perspective. We hear from a mother-in-law's perspective. Statola, we really appreciate you, and thanks a lot for all that you have said. I wish we had more time. There's a lot more that we want to discuss. So whenever they come visiting for the weekend or something, you do the cooking.
I do everything. I let them just relax. I'm telling you, when I wake up in the morning, I give my grandkids breakfast. They're still in bed. I do everything. That's just me. I want to do that. But the thing is, not saying that she doesn't do anything. She does, because if she wants to make something or she's prepared something, she will bring it when she's coming as well. And she'll do her bit. But they know me. I already know what they like, and I have everything ready, because when they're coming to me, I want it to be like they're on a break. So that they don't have to do anything. So I do everything. So
you're a rare one, because I know where we come from. A lot of mothers will go, wọ́n á lọ gbé iṣu jáde tó máa fọwọ́ gúnyán, wọ́n á lọ gbé ata jáde tó máa lọ̀. Òun lẹ ti ń gbọ́ yìí. She said when the children, when the wife and the children come, and grandchildren come visit, she even makes food for them. She let them sleep. Òun la ti ń gbọ́ ìkókó yọ nǹkan kan lára èèyàn. Look at her. She's looking amazing. She doesn't make her look any haggard. I wish we have time, Sister Tola. Thank you so much for coming. Ìjọba mi dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àlejò mi o. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n jẹ́ kó máa lọ kí n bá lè gbéyàwó ọmọ wọn wọlé. Arábìnrin Tola Aya Onigbanjo, thank you so much for coming. We appreciate you. God bless you, sis. Thank you. Bye. Bye. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa, ọ̀rọ̀ la ti ń gbọ́ yìí o. Mo fẹ́ gbé àlejò mi kejì wọlé. It is, we are learning gbogbo potential mothers-in-law. Òun lẹ ti ń gbọ́ yìí. Kì í ṣe gbogbo ìgbà la máa ní ó di dandan. Ọ̀dà, ẹ yẹ kí n gbé àlejò mi kejì wọlé. I've sent her a request, waiting for her to accept. Hey, look who is here! Hello! Nice to have you. I'm so sorry, this is partial. I was supposed to bring you with music, but because we haven't got much time, just please bear with me. How are you? Please welcome my guest number 2, everybody. Please help me to appreciate my guest. Thank you so much. Somebody is putting a question on. Sorry. There's proper old school. No one does that anymore. Okay. All right. Please, let's appreciate my guest, everybody. Hello. Please introduce yourself to us. Tell us your name. Introduce yourself to again. People are saying hello to you.
I'm the daughter-in-law. Yeah, that's me.
Oh, nice to have you on board, Kashia. People are saying, welcome, pretty guest. Everybody is appreciating you. We've been speaking to your mother-in-law before you came in. And we're looking at things from 2 perspectives. We're looking at it from the perspective of a mother-in-law and also from the perspective of a daughter-in-law. I did ask your mother-in-law what her experience or her expectations were. So what were your experience and your expectation when it comes to, I'm missing my mother-in-law. Oh, was it like, oh, please, how am I going to meet your mom? Or you were like, ooh. So what were your expectations?
So expectation-wise, I'd heard a lot. My husband, he's spoken a lot about his mum prior to me meeting her. So I had a really good idea of kind of who she was, the type of character she was, and I get what to kind of expect. You know, my husband spoke very highly of his mum, and I'm a family. I'm a family girl. I've been brought up in a really close-knit family, so it was really important to me to have a husband who also had those same values. And from the way he spoke about his mum, I knew that that was exactly the person he was. So it was pretty interesting, I think.
Oh, thank you so much, Kashia. Look at that. She did say because her fiance then and now her husband spoke highly of his mom. If it was children of nowadays, they'll be like, this is your mom that you're always talking about. I hope you're not going to be a mommy's girl. Oh. This one that you're always talking about your mom. That could even be a problem to some girls. So you actually knew what you were looking forward to because of the way she spoke about his mom. That's amazing. Thank you so much, Kasha. All right. So when you met her eventually, the impression compared to what you were expecting, does it match?
To be honest, I think because of how highly spoken of her, I was very, very, very nervous to meet this amazing woman. I guess it surprised me with how relaxed and laid back she is, and she was then and she is. So yeah, she definitely made me feel very comfortable, very welcomed. But yeah, I was probably very nervous around her for a very, very long time.
Anyway, that nervous thing comes naturally. It will happen to anybody. If I was going to meet my parents-in-law the first time, I was very, very nervous as well. That's amazing. I'm glad that when you met her, you were like, oh, she's so laid back and friendly and what have you. Oh, let's think, pardon me, I need to explain this to my Yoruba people out there. I know there's people that everybody understands English, but this is a Yoruba show. Oh, let's think, òun kọ́kọ́ wò pé báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ jẹ́ àmọ́ nígbà tóun débẹ̀ inú òun dùn torí pé màmá yóò tiẹ̀ múlé ayé le àwa obìnrin náà la ti ń gbọ́ yìí táwọn ọmọ wa bá fẹ́ mú ìyàwó wálé má jẹ́ ká fara ni wọ́n wípé you cannot even kneel down properly. There was nothing like that. There was nothing like, so you can't kneel down. So you can't. What about when she heard that you're not from Nigeria? What was her reaction?
Well, she was already known. Ricky would have already told her. My husband would already have told her. So I don't think at that point it was a surprise. And you know, I believe Ricky had told her quite a bit about me prior to this meeting. So she had a good idea.
So Ricky's done a good job as well in getting her mind prepared. All right. So was there anything out of proportion that you probably did out of ignorance, especially because you're not from Nigeria? Was there anything you did at any point in time that was like, what? You're not supposed to do that?
Yeah, I think initially when we would message, I would message her, and I'd always been brought up to refer to my elders by their name, whether that's their first name, or if they were an elderly, then I would call them Mrs. or Mr., etc. And I would refer to her as Tola. Hi, Tola, because I always
you actually refer to her by her first name. Oh, yeah. My word.
Yeah, exactly.
And what did you say?
In trouble if I didn't refer to somebody by their first name. So she didn't say anything, but one of my friends,
I'm laughing. So I'm just interested in knowing what her reaction was when you refer to her by her first name.
Yeah, there was no reaction. I think she probably looked at, you know, their culture differences. But one of my closest friends, she's Nigerian. I must have been talking to her about a conversation we had, and she said, you called her. You called her by her name. No. And that was the end of that. So to this day,
blessed. All right, wow, that would have been it. Had it been your mother-in-law is not the, you know, that would have been the end of it. If it was, they would have been like, what? This one that you brought that is calling me by my first name? No way. Anyway, that's amazing. I just wanted to ask you as well, because I know that as I've spoken to your mother-in-law, you guys are quite free and you're quite close. I've seen a few pictures of you guys wearing the same outfit, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so cute. So how do you guys maintain that mutual respect and then mutual understanding and boundaries and what have you? How do you guys maintain that? She's asking you to tell your husband to show his face. She's saying, show your face. Ricky. Ricky, show your face for 1 second. Let's see your face. Your mom says you should show your face. Is Ricky there? She doesn't want to show his face. Sister Bella, go away. He doesn't want to show his face. Leave him alone. Go on, Jare. Go on, yes. So how did you maintain the...
boundaries wise, I think, you know, regardless, she's my husband's mum, she's our mum, I have a certain level of respect for her regardless. So I think no matter what, she is the mum and we are the children. So there aren't any boundaries that I plan to cross. I don't feel there's any boundaries that I have crossed. If there was any issues, I think we'd probably speak with my husband about it and approach it in a, you know, as friendly way as possible. But you know, regardless, she's the mum and we're the children, and I know regardless, she's always got our best interests at heart. So I don't feel there's any of those issues. And when we go down for the weekend, you know, the children, they have our rules at home, and when we go, it's grandparents' rules, and our rules, they don't count anymore, and they just go and have fun. So
thank you so much, Kashia.
Right.
Oh, hello, everybody say hello to Ricky. That is the man behind the smile of those two women, the mom and the wife. People say hello. People are saying hello. In fact, Sister Father, now you've seen his face. You will not let us hear word. Ricky, show your face. Show your face. Now, Ricky has shown his face, everybody. That is the man behind the smile. He has, you know, like Sister Tola said, he's a very responsible person. And it goes down to him as well. Because if he doesn't handle both of you properly, there will be clashes. He probably, you know, because the way he handles both of you. And that is a message to all our men out there, especially our young men, and for our mothers who have boys especially, that look, it doesn't have to be like that. Why are we women always fighting women? We hardly hear about son-in-law and father-in-law. It's always mother-in-law and daughter-in-law. Let's change the narrative. Let's make it work. We can work together. Look at this beautiful woman, and she's about the closest friend to her mother-in-law. I want you to give 1 or 2 advices to potential daughters-in-law out there, especially those that feel, Dad, I don't want to see you, mom. What's your mom doing here? What's your mom looking for? Can you give them a piece of advice? Because,
I think at the end of the day, on both sides, whether you're the mother or the daughter, you are family. You have somebody who loves both of you. And I think in any situation, there are just more people for that person to love. So if it's the mother-in-law, there's a whole nother family who loves their son. And there's a whole other family that your son is going to love, and friends and family members. And the same for the daughter-in-law. There's a whole additional family for you to love. And if you two don't get along, it's only going to cause problems. And that isn't going to get anyone happy. Nobody's going to be happy in that situation.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Kashia. Thank you for coming on this show. We really appreciate you. Thanks for your time. Thank you for sharing your time and your experience with us. It goes a long way. I really wish we have a lot more time to talk about this. But for now, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for coming. Please, everybody say thank you to my guests. Thank you. People are saying thank you. And people are saying, bless you, Ricky. Thank you for coming on the show, for allowing your mom and your wife to be on the show. My regards to the kids. Thank you. Bye. Bye-bye. Wow. People, you wa ọ̀rọ̀ láti ń gbọ́ láti ẹ̀kan. Kí ló ṣe wá tá a lè wà nírẹ́pọ̀? Àwa obìnrin ẹ lè gbọ́ kí bàbá ìyàwó àti ọkọ kó máa jà. Àwa obìnrin yìí náà ni. We can change the narrative. Pàápàá jùlọ àwa ìyá ti sìn kátẹ̀láyé àtijọ́ rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹ yẹ ká ṣàárín yìí kó dà. For the sake of the man, if the wife and the mother are together, it will, it will help them to, nǹkan tí màmá yẹn sọ sí mo tún jì mú sọ́wọ́ òsì. Ìyá yìí ní tó bá fẹ́ wá kí àwọn lé àwọn máa ń ṣe oúnjẹ dè wọ́n ni. Àwọn máa jẹ́ kán sùn, ẹ jẹ́ kán wá yọ̀ sí wa lọ́rùn. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't really look how beautiful she was looking. It doesn't make her less who she is. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ èèyàn wa, gbogbo àwọn òbí tí wọ́n bá ń fi da wọn ìyàwó ọmọ wọn láàmú, ẹ jẹ́ ká yí padà. Kò wáyé ò lè tó yẹn. Àwa tá dẹ̀ ṣiṣẹ́ tá dẹ̀ sọ pé àwọn I don't want to see your mother. I don't want to see gbogbo àwọn abẹ́rẹ́ náà tàbá ní Ọlọ́run Olódùmarè á fún wa lórí ọ̀fẹ́. Ilé àtọ̀nà wa kò ní dàrú. Ó máa ń wù ní gbogbo ìgbà. Ká jẹran pẹ́lẹ́nu ohun fana fún yìí náà ni kò kí ń jẹ́ pẹ́dúpẹ́. Àwọn èèyàn ń dáhùn wọn sọ pé fantastic topic. I love the message. A lot of people are saying a lot of things. Ẹ ṣeun tí kò bá sí ẹ̀yin kò lè sí àwa. Àwa fi àsìkò yìí sọ wípé láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé o. Láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé o. Ẹ̀yin ò ní forí gun, èmi ò ní fẹsẹ̀ kọ o. Mọ́tò yòówù ká lè wọ̀ kò ní forí sọ̀gì o. Láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé. Láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé.
Let's start traditional wedding. Olólùfẹ́ ń retí rẹ̀. Let's start traditional wedding. Let's start traditional wedding. Kí lorúkọ ètò náà? Let's start traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó bọ̀ ní lọ́gbọ̀n. Let's start traditional wedding. Ètò lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ traditional wedding tó lọ lọ́wọ́. Kí lorúkọ ètò náà? Let's start traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó bọ̀ ní lọ́gbọ̀n. Let's start traditional wedding. Every Tuesday on Instagram, every Tuesday on Facebook, 6 p.m. UK time, every Tuesday on Facebook. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó bọ̀ ní lóye. Let's start traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó bọ̀ ní lóye.
Thank you so much, everybody. We really appreciate you. See you next week by God's grace. Ẹ ṣeun.